Everyone. My name is Dean Conley. I'm the current union president in the Canfield Local School District. I'm here with my partner, Dr. David Farkas. Dr. Farkas, where are you at right now?
I'm in El Centro, California. I'm currently the superintendent at Central Union High School.
What's the weather there in February right now?
We have a rainstorm coming through right now, so it's very windy in the desert.
What's the temp?
It says 62.
All right. We had 36 days of freezing or lower through January and February. So good for you and your 60-degree weather.
Yeah. This is probably the worst it gets.
No, we're starting in kind of a new weekly video podcast here, and we want to start with something we think is very important. The purpose of what we're doing is we want short, 7-8 minute to help administrators and teachers get closer together, but more importantly, things you can use right now. Turnkey deliverables. You're listening to it on the way to work or on the way home, and you say, "Hey, I can use this right now." And we're starting with our best one, which is how to plan for the school year. And Dr. Farkas, this is really your creation, but you plan for the school year with 4 checkpoints: February, May, August, and November. And we're in February right now. We're going to release this in February. And so February is an important checklist because what are you getting ready to do as you're looking forward, Dr. Farkas? Why is February such an important checkpoint?
Well, it's pretty much where I see the school year beginning for the next school year. So you're finishing strong for your current school year, but you have to look ahead to your upcoming school year already in February. So we set up these checkpoints so that communication was clearer, buy-in was clearer on new programs that we'll talk about, so that we don't run into those snags or trust issues, right? Because we want to make sure that we're working together. So for February, we discussed new programs for next year and how we're going to implement them.
Okay, so you at each checkpoint, you spend some time reflecting on how you've done over the last 3 months and preparing for the next 3, right? And you said one thing that's on your checklist almost always in February is new programs, right?
Right. Yeah.
How do you decide whether a new program gets implemented or not?
Well, we have basically a checklist to say, is this something that we want to move forward on? The first question is, out of probably about 3 questions we have, is it student-based? Is it going to be benefiting students?
Can't you make the case, and I guess I'm not an administrator, but sometimes I prod you a little bit here, but couldn't you make the case that all programs are student-based, right? Give me an example of something that's not.
Yeah, you should be able to make a case, and I think my only one example would be like a new teacher program. It's teacher-centered as far as developing, but obviously the end result is preparing for students.
Okay. So criteria, the first question is it student-based?
Yes.
What are the next points on your checklist?
Does it address a need? Like, where is the gap? Where is the need? How does that need form? Why do we want this?
Okay. And so is it student-based? Does it address a need? Is that it? Or do you have more?
Well, where the need comes from, right? I mentioned that it's, is it coming from community want, pressure, or is it coming from the state, like a top down, this must be mandated? Is it coming from what we're seeing in student data that's showing a lack of progress? So we need to pivot and make adjustments. So those are the reasons why we would move forward based on the need. And then I think the third question would be, what does an implementation look like? How are we going to ensure that when that first day of school starts, we're fully ready to go and that people feel confident enough to go to that first day of school with the new program?
So 3 parts of this checklist for new programs, right? One is it student-based. 2, does it address a need? And the third one you said is, kind of what does implementation look like?
Yes.
Anything else advice you could give in your criteria for whether you want to consider a new program for next fall or not?
Well, I would say, how are you going to ensure that your community, especially your teachers, are part of the decision-making process so that they are actually owning some of the program's rollout as well? And then how do you share and ensure that it's being shared with all your stakeholders, your parents, your students, all your staff, to make sure that everybody knows what's coming and what to expect. It's hard to do perfectly, but you have to think like that to make sure that it's not a surprise to anyone. So you can't under communicate it, really. And then the training that goes with it. If it's obviously a new program, you need to make sure that there's some early setups for ensuring that everyone's trained and ready.
Okay. Well, I think it's great too, and it's your, obviously your expertise here that this is our first video, but it's February, and you're already thinking about next school year, and I think that could help someone in their planning process about how they want to break up the school year. But it doesn't start in August, does it? It starts in February.
Right, yeah, and it's a different way to think, because you don't want to put yourself in a bind in May trying to implement something in August.
Gotcha. Okay, so we are Finding Common Ground in Education, or FCG in Education at gmail.com. For Dr. Farkas, I'm Dean Conley, and thank you for listening.